It sounds like
Wow. Okay.
Caleb is Heather.
Wow. Lightning 100 new music from the Daybreaks.
World premiere right here on Nashville's Independent Radio. The song is called Two Kids. Congratulations.
Wow, that is
How about in the
jam.
yes, Caleb and Adam, if you're listening, wow, that's fantastic.
It's fun to hear it on the radio the first time.
That's the kind of drum sounds this guy gets in his control.
Is it the reflection off all your fancy beverages you have in there, Bobby? Is that the key to this drum sound?
That's exactly it.
Because there are some very live parts, they're bottles, in your studio. I've seen them. All right, Bobby Holland, thank you so much for being in here today, debuting the new track. So years and years ago, the first time I met you was many moons ago.
What was that, like 2005?
I might be right. I remember playing a gig at the Rutledge with a band called the Telecommunicators.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the Rutledge. Maybe it was FUBAR. It was something in that realm. Anyway.
2007, 8, maybe.
You actually recall some of your life. That's just good. And I remember seeing you play, and you were just amazing. I believe in that band. Maybe you followed Brad Sample as guitar player. Does that sound right?
Yeah, Brad played guitar before me, and then I ended up producing the record, and about halfway through the record, he left the band to pursue his own stuff. And I was like, well, I already know the songs. I like playing guitar.
Oh, dude.
Can I play? And they were like, sure.
And it was so good. It was just this band. I love the Telecommunicators. Matt Hungate, of course, mega talented dude. And you were up there playing guitar, and I was just like, wow, this guy's really good at guitar. He's doing all these great parts that I remember seeing Brad do.
Make no mistake, Matt wrote me all those parts.
Matt is where credit is due, right?
Matt is that kind of mad genius. He doesn't even play guitar.
Oh, really?
No, not one note.
This totally checks out.
Not one note. Matt is a mad genius.
It's
Savant,
incredible.
Mozart level badass. Anyway.
Hey, you ain't too bad yourself, Bobby.
That's right.
So, yeah, I just remembered seeing you, and then later on that night, I found out that you didn't see real well. Like, you weren't able to exactly see everything that's happening on a particular stage. And I was like, wow, how is he so good? But yeah, you have a condition called RP, which is degenerative. So over time, your eyesight has just been getting worse. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And so as a kid, do you just remember being like, well, I can't quite see all this stuff?
Well, it's a very long story.
Yeah, I suppose.
The short version is it's a condition called retinitis pigmentosa, RP for short. And so my retinas are essentially slowly dying. So as a kid, it's been happening my whole life, but as a kid, I was told by my doctor until I was in my early 20s that I had normal vision like everybody else.
Oh, wow.
And,
really?
And so that was an interesting thing to find out when I was 20 or 21 that I've actually been legally blind probably my entire life.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know it.
Because you're you, and you've lived in your head and seen through your eyes your whole life.
I've never seen through your eyes.
Right.
And I was told by a doctor, of course the doctor knows.
Sure.
He's a doctor.
Sure.
I was a child. He's a doctor. Of course he knows that I see like everybody else.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
So, right now, there's a GoFundMe raising some funds to get Bobby you to Thailand to do, it's a kind of a new sort of procedure basically to try to get some of this eyesight back and rolling. I didn't realize that your previous work was so successful in that previous treatment that you had.
Yeah.
It would increase your vision from like 2 to 3% to 6 to 8. That's pretty
something
amazing.
like, yeah, it's pretty, scientifically speaking, it was a huge success. I did some stem cells in, 2017. I went and did an experimental thing in Florida, and they took bone marrow out of my back and separated stem cells from that and injected my eyeballs a bunch of times, and I had some pretty significant improvement. And
wow,
it's it's one of those things where it could do nothing. Honestly, this upcoming one in Thailand, it's possible that nothing happens.
Okay.
But judging by my success last time, it seems very reasonable that I have more improvement this time because I have more vision to improve upon.
Right. Sure.
More healthy cells for the stem cells to replicate. And this is also a different type of stem cell that's more potent than the bone marrow stem cells
wow.
I had previously.
So that previous treatment that you had, that you kind of took it to as far as the extent that you could. As far as that particular one, or is this
possibly? I mean, they improve on this stuff all the time, and it was experimental. It still is experimental.
Right.
And I found about this different one in Thailand that uses a type of stem cells, amniotic stem cells, that we're unable to use here in the States. And so I'm going to go to Thailand and try this more potent type of stem cells. If I raise the money, it's
yeah.
no matter what you do, it's all expensive. And,
sure.
and so this thing in Thailand could be a very exciting thing.
Wow. Well,
I'm pretty nervous.
Dude,
Can
rightfully
only imagine,
so,
yeah.
man. Well, and as your friends here, of course, we're looking for the best for you, of course, Bobby Holland. There is a GoFundMe happening right now. Help Bobby Holland see in 2020, and looking to raise looks like $35,000 right now, already at $15,000. So
All
Nashville,
right.
I know you've got a lot of you folks out there, very generous people, care about music, the people that make it. It's a great way for you to show some support to somebody here in Music City trying to get that eyesight a bit
Thank
better.
you, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Bobby, like the experience of it, of having the eyesight degenerate over time, is it like a constant sort of like just painful feeling like you're losing something? I know that's a heavy question. But
That's definitely
Okay.
that's a coffee question.
Yeah. I mean, which I want to do soon.
maybe something stronger, maybe a cocktail question.
Sure,
or something.
sure.
Whiskey from my fancy shelf at my school.
Yes.
Waitress!
Oh, yeah. We'll
The,
get
the answer is it doesn't. You don't feel it. It
Okay.
doesn't. There's no pain per
physically.
se.
Yeah.
Like right now, so I had this procedure in 2017, and I had about 18 months of pretty significant improvement. But being under stem cells, this is not a cure.
Right.
It's a treatment, and what we've found is that they don't actually last forever. So
Oh, okay.
I've started in the last number of months, maybe 6 months, experiencing some vision loss that I had regained, and so
Okay.
my left eye feels currently like it's kind of fallen off a cliff, and that's my good eye. That's the eye that can still read sometimes, and my right eye is pretty useless most of the time. But my left eye is sort of my connection to not being a totally blind person, and it's definitely going pretty quickly. And so yeah, that's heavy.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have to look very realistically at no one knows how long it'll take, but I might not be able to read anymore if I don't get this done soon, very, very soon.
Wow.
And so,
My goodness. Yeah, so it is like, this is obviously a crucial time, an important time. And folks, if you want to help out, it's GoFundMe.com, and it's Help Bobby Holland See in 2020. Wow, this is amazing stuff. Clearly you know what you're talking about here. Has it been a lot of study for you to figure out all the details about these things?
well, we have one thing that I it's interesting, because if this wasn't happening to me, I'd still be super into it. I'm fascinated by it.
You are,
and it gets me real excited. I love talking about it. I love this kind of science.
Wow.
Regenerative medicine is something that I'm super into. Upcoming, we've got a bunch of like really promising stuff with gene therapy and gene editing on the horizon. It's not quite available yet, so hopefully with these stem cell treatments can improve my vision and at least hold me over for 5 to 10 years until
There's another breakthrough.
until
of some kind
gene editing has the potential to be a
Right.
permanent cure for 90-something% of all genetic anomalies out there.
Wow.
And once that becomes a widely adopted thing, then our world is going to change drastically. But until that time, stem cells are also really amazing, and I'm excited to be part of this science.
Well, yeah, and you're very much on the front lines of these things, like being.
It's a little terrifying, but I'm also very excited.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I tell you what, it has not sapped 1 ounce of life from you, as far as I can tell, Bobby. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean it. This is one of the most lovely people that I've ever met in Music City, a city chock full of wonderful folks.
Here.
There's only one Bobby Holland. We have a nice chance to
You're
help
making
him
me blush.
I'm trying to make you blush so hard people can hear it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Through the radio.
Right through that microphone. These are RE20s, which you already knew. Bobby Holland, of course. Thank you so much for coming in, taking the time, man, and really being open and talking about these things. Folks have health things. It's not the most normal deal to talk about on the radio, but so important for us to kind of learn along with you as you're going through these things, because I'm sure there are other folks that have things that they're battling through and fighting. And
There's a good number of us. It's amazing to have people, supportive people, friends like you, and this whole city's just amazing.
Man, Bobby Holland, thank you so much for taking the time. And Heather Bond, how about you just filming here, being a team player, supporting, not even talking on mic at all? We did play your song and then your band song, though, so you've done okay.
I
Best
appreciate
bandmate
it.
ever.
All right, Bondo leading right now as best bandmate ever. Tough break, Caleb.
That's right. Pretty early in the day, though.
Well, he's in Europe. He can't hear us.
He didn't bring the adapters. I follow.
We didn't bring the
That's what it is. Could have been streaming on a laptop, didn't bring an adapter, Caleb. Jay, when is the 3rd and Lindsley show?
February 28th, you got a chance to see the Daybreaks out at 3rd and Lindsley, and a chance for you to help donate to the cause if you can. You can do that today. Again, GoFundMe page set up. Bobby Holland, man, it's always so great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in, spending some time, and bringing us up to speed on where you are. And
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for playing a bunch of the music I work on.
Oh, we can't
thank
stop,
you for
dude.
producing
It's crazy to walk in here and like, oh, I know this one. The one after that, I know this one too.
As soon as we played that Them Vibe song, he's like, hey, I've heard this one before. I'm like, yeah, I bet you have.
Well, and I got a feeling there's more on the way.
That's
Thank you
right.
so much, Bobby Holland, Heather Bond, for
Thank
swinging
you
in
guys.
today.
You're the best.
We're taking a quick break. Be back with some Teskey Brothers on Lightning in the Morning.
Lightning 100's Lieutenant Dan.